Hello, it's Saturday the 10th of November, looking at the latest EuroMillions result from last night. Draw 1162. The machine used was machine 11. Set of balls 1. Nobody won the jackpot. It's 32 million on Tuesday. These are the numbers that came out. I didn't win anything. And this is my analysis. So, looking at all the coincidences, it turns out that star number 12 was most frequent with machine 2 and set of balls 1. And if we look at a chart for star number 12, turns out star number 11 was most overdue for its frequency, and then looking at 11, 12 was most overdue for its frequency. So 11 and 12 stood out with each other, and machine 2 and set of balls 1. And also number 17 has been most frequent in recent history since the star numbers went up to 12. Also, star number 12 pointed to main number 17 as being most overdue for its frequency with set of balls 1. And number 14 was most frequent with set of balls 1 and star number 11. And you notice that 14 and 17 both most overdue with each other, and then 37 was most overdue with 14 and set of balls 1. Then if we look at 37, that points to 11, and so there wasn't anything pointing to 32 and 49. And let's see what happens if we include the most recent result in the draw history that we're analysing. I'm expecting it to turn green. Oh look, it's all green. Interesting how that happens. It's like, if you look at any previous draw, I don't know, just a random guess, after they've come out, if you look at the full draw history after the winning numbers have come out, it all goes green. Look at that. Why is that? That's interesting to me. That I don't really understand why that happens, but it does. It's all green. Green means most frequent. Look at that. Why is that? There's got to be some kind of reason. I think I might be onto something there. But anyway, I'll come back to that at some point in the future, hopefully. And at the moment we're just going to analyse the result from draw 1162. So I've shown you all the coincidences. Now what I haven't found is the ways in which 32 and 49 stand out. So first of all, I'm going to look at a chart for the star numbers and the machine that was used and the set of balls that was used, and show you what that looks like. So this is the chart for machine 2, set of balls 1, full draw history, just looking at the star numbers. Now it makes no difference whether we look at recent history or full draw history, because this machine and set of balls have only been used together in recent history. And on that chart you can see that star number 12 was most frequent. Now if we look at a chart where we only look at the draws, the 9 out of these draws, the 9 draws where star number 12 has been drawn, then it shows that star number 11 stood out as most overdue for its frequency. And when we do the same with star number 11, star number 12 is most overdue for its frequency. And all that means is that basically if we draw a rectangle from that number to the opposite corner, to the bottom left corner of the chart, and count how many squares the area is, if we measure the area basically from that number to the bottom left, then the one with the biggest area is the one that stands out the most as being most overdue for its frequency. So 11 and 12 stood out with each other in that way. And also looking at only the draws where star number 12 has been drawn, and set of balls 1, looking at the main numbers, you can see that main number 17 was most overdue for its frequency. And if we look at full draw history, it's the same, because we're only looking at the draws where number 12 has been drawn as a star number, so we're only looking at the draws since the star numbers went up to 12 in draw 940, so it makes no difference whether we look at recent history or full history on that. And also if we look at recent history and set of balls 1, is it set of balls 1 I need to look at? Oh, it's all sets of balls actually. Right, hold on. Right. So all machines, all sets of balls, recent draw history, 17 has been most frequent since the star numbers went up to 12 as well. So that's what it looks like on a chart. And if we look at full draw history then, so this is like the main chart where we can see the full draw history, all machines and sets of balls. This is where the numbers are at the moment, and this is where the winning numbers were on that chart. So there's 49, there's 32, 14, 17, 37. And so now that these numbers have come out, this is how the chart has transformed. So 49's dropped down from there, and it's left a big gap in the middle of the chart here. And I noticed that these few lines, for some reason, there's 5 numbers in that part of the chart, and the rest is kinda not very densely packed, except this region. So that's kinda interesting. So given that 5 out of 50 numbers get drawn in every draw, then on average for any 10 numbers you can expect 5 of the numbers to be drawn. Right, because 5 of the numbers are drawn out of 50, when we look at any 10 numbers, at least one of each 10, any 10, should be drawn. So looking at all these numbers then, at the top side there's 10 numbers. Right, so I would imagine that out of those 10, probably 1 will be drawn, because it's just the laws of averages. And the one that I would go for is 19, because it's most overdue for its frequency. But 19 didn't come out. Instead, it was these numbers. Anyway, moving on then, trying to find the ways in which 49 and 32 stood out. So to do that, let's start by looking at a chart for 32, and we'll see where the winning numbers were on that chart. So that's where they were. Notice 37 and 17 are on the edge of that chart, and so is 49. Well, it's near the edge. So that tells me that if we look at a chart for 17 and 37 together, then maybe 32 should stand out on that. So looking at this chart, you can see that 32 is most overdue for its frequency, but it doesn't stand out because number 1 is equally as overdue for its frequency as 32. So it didn't, that's why it didn't stand out on the analyzer. So 32 paired with 17 and 37, that's why. It's because 17 and 37 came out together. And if we do the same thing for number 49 and see where the winning numbers were on that chart, see what stands out. So we've got 32 closest to the edge of that chart. So 32 and 17, let's see what we get if we look at a chart for that pair of numbers. So I expected to see 49 on the edge of that chart, but it's not. It's near the edge of the chart on the chart for draws paired with 32. See, it's near the edge on the chart for numbers paired with 17. And you can see how 17 and 14 were most overdue together. So if we look at 14, there's 17 at the top as well. So if we look at 37 then, numbers paired with 37. And zoom out so we can see all the numbers. Let's see where the winning numbers were on that chart then. So you can see 32 close to the edge. So maybe, let's have a look on the analyzer. Right, 37 most overdue with 14. So the ones where 37 and 17 stand out are 14 and 12. So let's look at those two together then. No, I can't see anything on that. Oh, that's interesting. Notice that 14 is near the edge of the chart for 32 and 49 together. So I'm guessing if I look at 14 and .49, maybe that'll point to 32. Right, it's near the edge, but it doesn't stand out. And the same with that one, 49 near the edge of those two. So you can see possible reasons why 32 and 49 came out, but at least 3 of the main numbers and both the star numbers were predictable based on this analysis. However, to predict those numbers you would have had to ignore all these other numbers, and there's quite a lot of them. So that concludes my analysis. So now I'm going to look at all the draws and try and predict some numbers. So these are the numbers that stand out at the moment. The one that stands out at the deepest level is main number 12 and star number 3, because they're the ones that are most overdue for the frequency with the machine and set of balls that's going to be used. Also, I noticed that 27 stands out with the machine. It also stands out with the set of balls in recent history. And then we've got star number 5, most overdue, stands out quite a lot with the machine, with the set of balls, and with the combination of machine and set of balls together. So I'm just going to see what that looks like on a chart. So looking at machine 2 and set of balls 1, and ignoring the main numbers, just looking at the star numbers, there you can see star number 5 stands out on that, or stood out should I say, still stands out. We can ignore these random numbers. So that's what the star number, no, that's full history. For the star numbers we should look at recent history. That's better. So now you can see number 9 most frequent, 3 most overdue frequency, 5 most overdue. And if we look at set of balls 1 on its own, then now you can see why star number 5 stands out on the analyzer, because of where it is on the chart. So if we measure this area, it's the one that is the biggest area compared to the other numbers. So you can see this area is the biggest. So I think I will pick star number 5 this time. I didn't pick it last time, but this time I'm going to pick that one. And now that I'm picking star number 5, let's see what stands out with that one then. So I've got, these are the main numbers that stand out, these are the star numbers that stand out. So let's have a look at main number 12, see what stands out with that one. So I noticed that 13 is most overdue for its frequency with main number 12. And 44 stands out. And 13 is most overdue when we're looking at all machines and sets of balls at the moment. So maybe 13 then with number 12 would be a good combination. So these are all the numbers that stand out. And also I noticed 27 stands out with 12 recently, because it's most frequent and most overdue for its frequency. And it also stands out a lot with machine 2 set 1. So let's have a look at numbers paired with 27 then. So these are what stand out with 27. Definitely 16, because 16 and 27 is the most overdue pair. I think I'll probably pick 16 as well, because no two numbers are more overdue with each other than 16 and 27 at the moment. And a good number to pick with 16 and 27 is 36, and it's also most frequent with machine 2 and set of balls 1, and also machine 2 in recent history. So it looks like I've already picked 5 main numbers, so I might go for number 10, star number 10 with those, because it's most overdue when we're looking at all machines and sets of balls. So I think I will have maybe one line with these numbers on. I might pick some other numbers for another line, or maybe I might pick some, no, I don't know. But anyway, that's about all I can be bothered to do in this video, so I'll just show you the chart for all machines and sets of balls in recent history. So this is what the star numbers look like at the moment, and you've already seen the main numbers. So these are the main numbers in recent history. You can see 13 stands out as most overdue on that. Now also my little strategy, so this is my one number up pick strategy, which is basically to put enough lines on whichever main number is most overdue for its frequency to make a profit, and that's continuous. So if you continue betting on the same number until it comes out, you have to keep increasing the number of lines exponentially to cover your losses and still make a profit. And at the moment it's saying that I need to put 6 one number up picks on number 19 to win £60 and cover my losses of well, it's dropped down from £93 to £38. So far I've lost £55 betting on number 19. So if I put 6 lines on at a cost of £9, then it will cover my losses and I will make a profit of £4.50. So that's what I need to do on my one number up pick strategy. So if number 19 finally decides to come out, then I'll win my money back and make a profit of £4.50, which would be nice. So I'm going to try that, and I'm going to pick these numbers. I might change one of these for 19, assuming that it's going to come out. I noticed that it's most overdue for its frequency with star number 10, so at least that would be a good combination. Can't see it anywhere else except for 36 in recent history. That'd be good, but which one do I swap it for? See, I don't know, I really don't know. It's unpredictable. See, the problem with the EuroMillions is that there are how many combinations? there's 139, well, near enough 140 million possible combinations. So the chances of winning the jackpot are minute, to say the least. You've got a 0.0000072% whatever chance of winning, so it's very unlikely. But anyway, you're a lot more likely to win on the hot picks. See, it's a 1 in 10 chance of getting a 1 number hot pick, and it's been more than 10 draws since number 19 came out, and it's most overdue for its frequency, so hopefully that number will come out. So anyway, that concludes this video, and good luck in Tuesday's draw. Look out for the next video after that, and bye for now.